Welcome, friend, and thank you for giving yourself this gentle moment to slow down, breathe, and be cared for. Before we begin, I warmly invite you to leave a kind comment sharing where you are listening from, because it is comforting to see our peaceful circle stretching across towns, cities, and countries, all resting beneath the same wide sky. When you share your location, you help someone else feel less alone, and you turn this practice into a constellation of quiet lights that glow brighter together. As you arrive here, release any pressure to do this perfectly, since perfection is not required and presence is always enough. You have already taken a meaningful step by pressing play, and your nervous system hears that step as an invitation to soften and to settle. Let this time be a small sanctuary where tasks are paused, edges grow rounder, and your breath becomes the guide that knows the way home. Find a position that feels naturally supportive, whether you are lying in bed, reclining on a couch, or sitting in a favorite chair with a blanket gathered near. Notice the surface beneath you steadily receiving your weight, as if it were saying you can let go now, because holding everything is no longer necessary. Make any tiny adjustments that invite ease. Shift a pillow, loosen your shoulders, tuck the blanket closer, since small changes open wide doors to comfort. If it feels safe and comfortable, allow your eyes to close gently, or soften your gaze so the room blurs into a quiet hush. Invite your attention to turn inward toward the rhythm that has accompanied you all day, steady and faithful, waiting without demand. Let your awareness meet your breath, not to control it, but to notice it the way you would notice a trusted friend arriving right on time. Take a slow, easy inhale through your nose, filling only as much as feels natural, and notice the cool or neutral touch of the air as it enters. Pause briefly at the top of the breath, like a small wave resting before it returns to the shore, and allow that pause to be soft and unhurried. Exhale gently through your nose or your mouth, and imagine releasing a little weight you do not need to carry into this moment. Repeat that gentle flow a few times in your own rhythm, breathing in calm, pausing in ease, and breathing out anything heavy that can rest for now. With each inhale, picture warm light arriving with your breath, spreading steadiness from the center of your chest outward. With each exhale, feel the day loosen its grip, as if your breath were smoothing your thoughts and placing them kindly on a quiet shelf for later. Allow your breathing to return to its natural pace, and let your body follow that ease the way a small boat follows a friendly tide. Notice the rise of your chest or belly on the inhale and the gentle fall on the exhale, simple and unforced. Trust that each breath is already guiding you toward a softer place inside yourself, even if the mind is still a bit busy, because the body remembers the way first. We will now invite the body to soften, not to fix anything, but to welcome each part into comfort. Bring awareness to the crown of your head and imagine a small pool of warm moonlight resting there like calm in a shallow bowl. Let that light pour slowly across your scalp and forehead, smoothing lines of effort and releasing the habit of concentrating. Feel the tiny muscles around your eyes unwind, and let your eyelids rest more heavily while remaining completely comfortable. Allow your gaze under closed lids to soften toward a peaceful horizon that needs nothing from you. Invite your cheeks, your temples, and your tongue to loosen, and let your lips find a natural, effortless position that sends ease through your whole body. Guide your attention down to your jaw and throat, places that sometimes hold unspoken words and unexpressed feelings. Offer these areas a spacious breath and sense how they widen a little, as if the room you needed has finally arrived. Let your head feel fully held by the pillow or cushion beneath it, so you can release even the smallest impulse to brace. Bring awareness to your neck and shoulders, which may have carried more than their share today. And imagine placing those invisible weights gently on the ground beside you. Feel the shoulders drop a little farther from your ears, and notice the quiet relief that comes from not having to hold everything together. Let warmth drift down your upper arms, through your elbows, and into your forearms and wrists, like calm water flowing in a wide, easy river. Notice your hands resting wherever they want to rest, palms soft, fingers gently uncurling, with no need to grip or reach for anything. Imagine a tender glow lighting in the center of each palm, a signal to your nervous system that it is safe to receive rest. Let your hands become symbols of trust, open to comfort, open to quiet, open to being held by this moment. Return to your chest and the steady rhythm living there without supervision. Take a breath to silently thank your heart for showing up all day, keeping time for you through every experience. Imagine a golden warmth expanding with each inhale and settling with each exhale, wrapping your ribs and upper back like a shawl woven from patience. Welcome ease into your upper back and shoulder blades, and feel them widen as if tight threads were loosening one by one. Allow the support beneath you to accept your full weight, so you no longer need to lift or hold yourself up in any way. Let that support be a conversation you do not have to lead, because being carried is allowed here. Bring attention to your belly and midsection, and invite a gentle softening to arrive with each breath. If you notice fluttering or tightness, greet it with kindness and let your exhale be an embrace that says releasing a little is more than enough. Softening can happen in small steps, and small steps still open doors. Let warm ease spread into your lower back, the quiet supporter of so much of your day. Imagine sunlight through a window melting small knots of effort, and feel the lower back nestle deeper into the support beneath you. You are allowed to lean on what holds you, and what holds you is glad to help. Welcome comfort into your hips and pelvis, inviting a sweet, grounded heaviness that says you belong here exactly as you are. Let that groundedness move through your thighs and around your knees, where gratitude can gather for every step that carried you to this moment. Ease continues down your shins and calves, arriving at your ankles and the soles of your feet, where warmth settles like gentle embers. From crown to toes, notice how your whole body is becoming a field of ease that requires no tending, because the night is tending to you. If you wish, imagine a soft veil of moonlight laying over you, quieting what is noisy and brightening what is kind. Let the veil reassure you that rest is not only permitted but welcomed, and that you are safe to be held by this moment. If thoughts appear, greet them like friendly travelers on a quiet path, and allow them to continue on without needing your attention. Guide your focus back to the sensation of breath, the softness in your muscles, and the gentle weight of your body being supported by something that asks nothing in return. You are not behind, you are not late, and you are exactly where you need to be to receive what this practice offers. Take a quiet moment to set a simple intention, letting it be kind, small, and honest. Perhaps you choose rest, or clarity, or gentleness, or simply the courage to let go a little more than before. Place that intention in your heart like a candle, and allow it to glow steadily without effort, lighting the room of your inner world with calm. Return once more to your breath and notice how it has become more spacious, as if there is more room for the air to move through you. Imagine the inhale gathering steadiness, and imagine the exhale carrying away the weight of the day again and again in a rhythm that suits you perfectly. Trust that your body knows the path to sleep when it is given time, patience, and warmth, and that you are offering all three right now. As you rest here, remember the gentle invitation to share where you are listening from in the comments, because your small message can be a lighthouse for someone else who is seeking comfort tonight. When you add your voice to this calm space, the community grows a little cozier, a little more human, and a little more connected across distance. We are many voices and many hearts, yet we breathe under the same sky, and that simple truth can soothe the most restless edges. For the next few breaths, allow silence to be your companion, and let it soak into your muscles, your thoughts, and the steady drum of your heartbeat. When you inhale, feel the room expand with possibility, and when you exhale, feel the world settle into stillness. You are safe, you are worthy of ease, and you are allowed to rest as deeply as you need. We will soon begin the guided meditation in full, and there is nothing you need to do to prepare, because you are already ready and already here. Keep breathing in a way that feels natural and kind, and let each breath draw a soft curtain between the day and this healing moment. If sleep arrives while you listen, welcome it like a trusted friend who knows the way, and let it carry you toward the deep restoration your body has been requesting. Before we continue, I will lovingly remind you once more to leave a comment sharing where you are listening from, because seeing your small light in this constellation truly matters. Your voice matters here, your rest matters here, and your presence adds warmth to everyone who finds this quiet space and chooses to breathe with us. Thank you for being here, and thank you for caring for yourself with tenderness and patience tonight. Take one more slow, soothing inhale, followed by a soft, unhurried exhale, and feel the calm you have created settle comfortably within you. Let the shoulders ease again, let the jaw soften again, and let the mind grow spacious and quiet as we gently cross the threshold into your deeper practice. Remain exactly as you are, relaxed, supported, and beautifully present, ready to be guided further into ease and rest. You're doing wonderful. You have already begun, and beginning is enough, because softness grows from simple choices repeated gently. Feel the support beneath you. Respond to your weight with devoted steadiness, and allow your next exhale to carry a little more of the day away. Let your shoulders lower by a whisper, and let your jaw loosen the way a door unlatches when a friend arrives. Nothing needs to be fixed in this moment, because being held is its own kind of healing. Bring your attention to your breath as if greeting a trusted companion who knows the path even when the path looks dim. Inhale quietly through your nose and notice the subtle coolness as the air arrives. Then exhale slowly through your nose or mouth and feel a gentle unwinding. Let your breathing find its natural rhythm, not forced, not managed, simply welcomed. Imagine a small lantern lighting in your chest on the inhale, bright enough to comfort, yet soft enough to soothe, and let that glow travel wider with the exhale. The glow drifts through your ribs and into your back, smooths the edges of your thoughts, and leaves a calm that lingers like moonlight on water. Your body understands these signals, and your mind is beginning to trust them. Let the ceiling above you fade into a velvet night, sprinkled with patient stars that hold their places like friendly guardians. A curved ribbon of starlight unfurls before you, inviting you to float without effort and to be carried without worry. You rise slowly as if lifted by kindness, and the room below turns to a shoreline of hush. Drift along the ribbon and notice how each inhale brightens its silver path while each exhale steadies its glow. Clouds the color of calm pass nearby and brush your skin with a cool sweetness that smells faintly of cedar and gentle rain. You glide as a leaf glides on friendly water, steady and sure, welcomed by the enormous quiet. Ahead, an island floats in the sky like a thought made of moss and moonbeams, ringed with lanterns that sway on threads of soft wind. The ribbon leads you to a landing of pale stones, and a resting nook shaped like a cradle of light waits with the patience of something that has always known you. You settle into the nook and feel it memorize your shape with perfect gentleness. Let your forehead smooth as if kind fingers had traced away the day's furrows, and let the tiny muscles around your eyes grow heavy and peaceful. Allow your cheeks to soften, your tongue to rest comfortably, and your lips to find a natural, effortless position that signals ease through your whole body. Offer your throat a spacious breath and sense how unspoken words loosen when safety is present. Bring attention to your shoulders, that familiar shelf where invisible bags like to perch, and imagine placing those bags on the ground beside you for the night. Your shoulders descend by a small, grateful measure, and your collarbones widen as if a quiet breeze slipped in beneath them. Warmth drifts down your arms, through your elbows, along your forearms, and into your hands where your fingers relax into the most comfortable shape they know. Return to the rhythm at your chest and silently thank your heart for keeping time across every moment of the day. Imagine a golden glow expanding with each inhale and nesting with each exhale, wrapping your ribs and upper back like a shawl woven from patience. Invite that glow into your belly where fluttering can rest in a cradle of breath. Let comfort spread into your lower back, that steadfast helper, and picture sunlight through a window melting tiny knots into ease. Feel your lower back nestle deeper into support, as if the island itself had promised to hold what you do not need to carry. You are allowed to lean fully on what supports you, and support is honored to be asked. Welcome a sweet, grounded heaviness into your hips and pelvis, like smooth stones resting at the bottom of a clear pool. Let that grounded feeling travel down your thighs, gather at your knees in gratitude, and continue along your shins and calves toward your ankles. Warmth settles into the soles of your feet, and every toe loosens until comfort becomes the only posture they know. From crown to toes, notice how your whole body has become a field of ease that requires no effort to maintain. Your breath and the island keep the same soft tempo, and the tempo sounds a lot like silence that has learned how to love you. Silence becomes the room's gentle music, and the room listens along. Across the moss, a silver fountain speaks in small syllables of water that your body understands without translation. Each drop gathers, grows full, and lets go, and your thoughts learn this ceremony and follow it into stillness. You feel the mind become a clear pool that reflects stars without a ripple. If a worry lingers at the edges, wrap it in a scarf woven from time and tenderness, and place it beside you where it can sleep as well. Being welcomed by sleep does not require emptiness, because sleep welcomes the whole of you and turns edges into soft corners. Compassion makes room for fragments, and fragments become quiet when they are allowed to rest nearby. Look up and see the constellations rearrange into a gentle picture of open hands cradling a candle, and recognize the candle as your breath. With every inhale, the candle glows a little brighter, and with every exhale, the flame grows steadier and more certain. You are both the light and the hand that shelters it, and this understanding makes the night grow even kinder. A soft wind crosses the island, and the lanterns ring with silver notes that travel through your chest like warm tea. Your shoulders settle another fraction, your jaw relaxes another degree, and your thoughts rest like birds folding their wings. The body remembers how to be a harbor, and the mind remembers how to be a tide that no longer needs to rush. Allow your awareness to drift to the crown of your head again, and pour one last veil of moonlight down the length of you. Let it smooth what still feels textured, and let it brighten what already feels calm, until everything matches the same gentle shade of peace. You are safe to surrender to this shade, because it was made from your own willingness to soften. If sleep is ready to take your hand now, let it do so the way an old friend does, with recognition and without hurry. If sleep prefers to approach by degrees, float on those degrees like a small boat on friendly water that knows your name and keeps your course. Either way, you are carried, either way, you are held, and either way, you belong to the sweetest part of the night. Let your final waking breaths be the softest of the day, without edges, without urgency, arriving and leaving like feathers finding home. Feel your lips part slightly. Feel your eyes become very still beneath their lids, and feel your hands become the exact shape of comfort they were wanting. The island will remain to keep watch. The fountain will whisper its silver language, and the stars will write calm across the sky while you rest. You are doing wonderful at being here, and you are doing wonderful at letting gentleness be the teacher. Your breath knows the way, your body knows the door, and the night has already opened it. Step through by doing nothing, and arrive by simply allowing, and drift into deep, restoring sleep that welcomes every part of you. Tonight's story begins the moment you feel the room soften and your breath find a slower rhythm that feels like home. You are standing at the edge of a place the maps forgot to name, where the sky wears a hush of blue-violet and the ground shines with a tender glow. A breeze arrives with the scent of fresh rain on warm stone, and the air itself seems to lean closer to listen to your heartbeat. A path appears beneath your feet, not made of gravel or dirt, but woven from pale grasses that glimmer like threads of moonlight. When you take your first step, the path answers with a soft chiming sound, delicate and kind, as if stars were greeting you from within the earth. Each footfall invites the next one, and the next one invites ease, and your shoulders begin to lower as the day steps back. The path curves toward a quiet shoreline, where the ocean has decided to rise into the sky, flowing overhead in a slow, luminous river. You look up to see silver waves drifting through constellations, and you hear a distant roll of gentle surf echoing somewhere above the clouds. It feels possible here to be both grounded and weightless, carried and cradled all at once. Beside the shoreline stands a forest of windbells grown like flowers, each stem a slender reed of blue glass, each blossom a bell with a voice like rain. The bells ring only when you exhale, answering your breath with a choir of soft notes that vanish as quickly as they come. You smile without trying, because the forest is keeping time with you, and your calm becomes the conductor of a gentle symphony. A companion arrives from the dusk, not an animal you can name, but a glimmering presence shaped like a soft-winged kite. Its surface is a collage of night water and starlight, and its eyes hold the patience of the quiet sea. The companion bows slightly and drifts ahead, inviting you to follow with the slow drift of its luminous tail. You move together toward a valley shaped like a sleeping bowl, and along the rim grows a ring of trees whose leaves are paper-thin moons. Whenever a leaf turns in the breeze, it catches light and reflects a memory of places that felt safe, and your heart answers with a warm, steady yes. You do not need to remember the details because your body remembers the softness. In the valley there is a lake, but the lake is made of polished obsidian that reflects the sky with perfect clarity. You kneel at the shore and trace a small circle on the surface with your fingertip, and the reflection ripples into slow rings of silver. With every widening ring, the muscles along your neck and jaw loosen a little more, and the breath in your chest grows deeper and kinder. The companion dips its wingtip into the lake, and a slender pier of light extends outward, plank by plank, forming a walkway across the mirrored surface. You step onto the pier and find it pleasantly warm, as if it has been waiting just for you, storing a gentle heat beneath the sheen of night. Your steps make no sound except the faintest whisper, like a book page turning itself at exactly the right time. Halfway across, a music begins, not from instruments, but from the constellations as they drift above the sky ocean. The music feels like inhaling, and the rests feel like exhaling, and your body falls into harmony with every note and every pause. You realize that even the silence is singing, and the realization makes your heart steady and calm. On the far shore, dunes rise like gentle whales sleeping under blankets of sand, and here the sand is luminous, glowing softly as if lit from within. You walk up a slope that yields in the sweetest way, and the sand remembers your footprints like a friend who wants proof that you were here. At the crest, the world opens into an orchard of clouds, each cloud shaped like a tree, with fruit that looks like little moons cradled in gauze. The companion drifts to a low cloud tree and nudges a pale fruit toward you with a careful wing. You cup the small moon in your hands, and it brightens with your touch, pulsing in time with your breathing the way a flicker becomes a flame. A sip of its light moves through your arms and gathers in your chest, smoothing something you had not known was rough. Far across the dunes, a tide of fireflies lifts like a slow aurora and pours itself toward the orchard, folding and unfolding in quiet waves. When the fireflies arrive, they knit themselves into a living canopy that dims the sky to a comforting dusk, and the colors are silver, lavender, and deep teal. The orchard hums with a tone too soft to hear and too real to ignore, and your breathing matches it without effort. You ease down beneath one of the cloud trees, which lowers a soft branch that becomes a crescent seat shaped exactly for your body. The seat adjusts with the cleverness of moss, and your spine feels understood, and your hips feel grounded, and your legs feel long and light. You rest your hands over your heart and belly, and warmth gathers under your palms like lanterns lighting in a shelter. The companion settles beside you and folds its luminous wings, and the edges of your thoughts begin to blur like shoreline fog. If a stray worry wanders near, a small breeze passes through the cloud fruit and turns the worry into a silk ribbon that drifts harmlessly away. Every ribbon disappears into the air, and the air becomes even sweeter for holding so many softened things. From the sky ocean above, a slow wave bows toward the horizon and releases a shower of star pebbles that fall as gently as feathers. A few settle near your knees with a muted glow, and each one carries a wordless blessing that settles softly into the room of your chest. You breathe in the blessing and breathe out a thank you that needs no sound. The dune beneath you loosens into a bed of plush light, and the cloud tree lowers another branch to rest across your shins like a perfectly weighted blanket. Your shoulders open a little more, your jaw unhooks a little further, and your brow smooths until you feel the softest version of your face. Every inhale arrives like a tide that knows exactly where to go, and every exhale leaves like a tide that puts everything back in order. Your companion rises, touches the center of your forehead with the gentlest tap, and paints a small arc of glow that feels like a promise. The promise is simple and generous because it says that this calm belongs to you, and that you can return by remembering the feeling of breathing like this. The companion drifts to the orchard's edge and keeps watch as the firefly canopy lowers itself another shade. The world quiets until you can hear the most delicate rhythm, which is the whisper of your pulse speaking kindly with your breath. You realize that the sky ocean is moving in time with you, that the wind bells bloom with your exhale, and that every part of this place believes you belong here. Belonging settles through you like warm tea, and the comfort of it fills every unlit corner. If a memory knocks at the door of your attention, the dune tilts it gently into the sand, where it becomes a small star pebble waiting to glow when needed. If a thought asks for a decision, the cloud branch strokes it into a ribbon and lets the breeze carry it to tomorrow. Nothing is banished, and nothing must be solved, because everything has learned how to rest. The orchard, the dunes, the lake of obsidian, and the windbell forest fold themselves into a lullaby that is both spacious and intimate. Your breath becomes the chorus that repeats, and your body becomes the instrument that knows the melody without trying. You feel the sweet gravity of sleep approaching like a friend walking across soft grass, unhurried and certain. As your eyes grow heavier, the sky ocean lowers itself until a single silver wave passes above the orchard and drapes the canopy in a final sheen of calm. Your companion bows once more and becomes a constellation shaped like a gentle wing, and the constellation anchors itself just beyond your dreams. Everything around you agrees to keep watch, and the agreement is wonderfully quiet. You sink into the crescent seat that has become a cloud of velvet, and the tiny moons in the fruit grow dim enough to warm rather than wake. Your hands rest in the exact shape of comfort. Your breath moves in the exact tempo of peace, and your heart holds a steady lantern for the night. Sleep reaches you without needing to search, and you receive it the way a shoreline receives a kindness that was always meant to arrive. The orchard hums, the dunes glow, the lake reflects a sky that is now also your pillow, and the windbells bloom in a dream you will carry as ease. You are home in a place that travels with you, and you are safe in a story that becomes true each time you close your eyes and listen. May the night hold you exactly as you wish to be held, and may the morning find you rested by the gentle world you met here.